raise my head in the morning, but tonight I'm gonna find a way.
Hey, good evening. Welcome out to the... I got a phone call. I'm sorry, guys. Hey. No, I'm doing TV. You have to know when to hold them. Yes, and you have to know when to fold them. Know when to walk away and know when to run. No. Never count your money when you're sitting at the table. No, there'll be time enough to count when the dealing's done. All right, look, I gotta go. Okay. Hey, welcome out to episode 11 of the Greg Tish Show. My name is Greg Tish, your host. Sitting alongside me, Marsha Dawn Scott.
We're excited to be here, Greg. Are you kidding? Another Sunday night with you.
Here and listening to you answer the phone.
Oh, sorry, that was my agent calling. They were asking a few questions.
Your agent?
Well,
excuse me?
My mom.
Okay, mom's good. Mom's good.
So welcome out to another Sunday night. Glorious Sunday night, because yesterday was FSU football.
Yes.
Felt so
Yes.
great. What'd you do yesterday?
What did I do?
Yeah.
What do you think I did? Florida State football. And I scouted models.
You're not saying.
No, what a great place to scout. Florida State University football games. You see everything out there. I mean,
Full of beautiful people.
literally everything, huh?
Full of beautiful people.
Full of beautiful people. They're Florida State Seminoles. What do you expect?
That's really, and you just made a really good point there. That's all the universities in the country. You may have like the great universities everywhere, but we get all your pretty people.
We do.
I mean, Florida State is just gorgeous year after year, semester after semester. I love it. It's just awesome.
That's
Academics
exactly
don't
what
matter.
made me so successful. Seriously. Tallahassee, Florida. Put us on the map by finding beautiful people. Florida State. What else can I say?
Can't go wrong.
Tell us about the beer this week.
It's Sam Adams Oktoberfest, which is a Oktoberfest beer is a lager style. It's just a little more malty, and it dates back to the 13th century with King Ludwig in Germany, who would herald the ceremony on the first weekend in October. So it would build all throughout September, and then as soon as October started, Oktoberfest hit, and actually it was done. So it's mostly a September celebration.
Yeah, that's the big thing that a lot of people may not know, that the Germans celebrate Oktoberfest in September.
Yeah, Oktoberfest was just a party at the start of October. The celebration started mid-September, went all the way into it.
So I know we're going to learn a lot more about Sam Adams Oktoberfest. She can't be with us tonight, but she is sitting down eating some delicious food.
No
I'm
doubt.
sure it's fantastic. Eric Eggers, is Eric with us, producers? Nope, Eric is actually, oh my gosh, hallelujah.
Oh, poor Eric.
Eric is
I
gone.
like Eric. I think he's actually kind of cute.
Eric is cute.
He is cute.
And then I'm going to do a classic interview. This will be the first time that the original Greg Tish Show from a year ago actually airs, and we're going to throw on a classic interview where I sit down with our wonderful and beautiful and talented Ann Howard, and we have a little chat. So let's go check out the beer of the week. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
So this week's beer of the week is Sam Adams Oktoberfest, and to understand the Oktoberfest style, you got to go all the way back to the late 1400s. It was originally made for a celebration for King Ludwig of Germany's daughter, which was on the first Sunday in October. What he made for this celebration was a deep malty amber, sort of a red lager. So it has a lager yeast on it, so it gives it a crisp, clean finish, but has a maltier, a little more dense body on it. The celebration was on the first Sunday in October, and he planned weeks of festivities that culminated in the celebration. So what you get is Oktoberfest is about 95% celebrated in the month of September, and as soon as October starts, it's over. So if you're looking for Oktoberfest in the stores, August and September is the time to get it. By the time you hit mid-October, they're gone. The Boston Beer Company, which is what you probably know as Sam Adams, came about in the mid-1980s, created by Jim Koch, who in and of himself is a fifth-generation brewer. His family had a lot of presence in early American brewing, but really didn't find a niche after Prohibition. He came along, created his brewery, found success with it, and started introducing styles that were, I guess, literally foreign to most of America, including the Oktoberfest style. And the way he pioneered and really introduced and brought forward some of these styles that were universally known but locally unknown really helped pave the way for a lot of craft beer availability. If you go to the Sam Adams website at samadams.com, you can look up, not just for their Oktoberfest, but for all their beers, suggested food pairings to sort of guide you in the right way to which foods greatly complement this beer and vice versa. So the Oktoberfest is very limited in season. It's going to be limited just to the next few weeks and in the fall season. It's highly worth checking it out. You can find it locally pretty easily, but you have to find it now. So don't let this one go by, or it's going to be another year before you see it again.
The founders of America's 3 biggest pizza companies come from the Midwest. The founder of Marco's Pizza is also from the Midwest. Of Italy. Marco's, authentic Italian pizza.
From my old TV show, Live in Tallahassee, one of the funniest people I ever knew. Oh, I didn't know she was funny till last week. But let's welcome out Ann Howard. No, I don't think you should sit down. You should go out there and do a little flip around.
I'm going to sit down. Thank you.
You're going to sit down?
Yes, I think I am. Thank you.
Ann Howard, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I made you famous when we were on the same TV show, so you were actually a news anchor at WCTV. You were a
Yes,
news
I
anchor
was.
/ reporter.
Yes, I was.
And everything. But how did you get into television broadcasting?
I actually am a Virginia Tech graduate, and I majored in broadcast journalism.
At Virginia Tech?
At Virginia Tech.
So you had to learn how to read.
I had to learn how to read a teleprompter, which is actually quite difficult, as Frank Ranneke, one of your very first guests, your very first guest, could tell you.
That was a long time ago. That was a week ago.
A week ago. It's difficult. The words keep
Yeah.
moving, and you've got to pay attention, and you've got to make sure no one can see your eyeballs moving. It's difficult.
Our president does very good with the teleprompter.
He has the most high-tech teleprompter of all time.
I actually concur.
Yes.
So after you did everything at Virginia Tech, did you work in Virginia? Because you're from Virginia.
Actually, I'm an Army brat. I was born in Korea.
Oh, that's true. You're all over.
Right. My mom's Korean. My dad's plain old happy white guy from Maryland. And I was born in Korea. We traveled all over the world. They settled in Virginia. Went to high school in Virginia. Went to college in Virginia. And actually, my first job out of college was actually in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's
It's
obviously
a great place. A lot of NASCAR.
Good people. My cousin's a captain in the fire department in Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's
Not
one of the
that anybody
best
cares,
towns
but
ever.
hey, cousin Bert, I just gave you a plug.
We plugged you, Bert.
You can watch it on thegregtishshow.com. .com, not a channel. So, what brought you to Tallahassee?
WCTV, an opportunity with WCTV and Mike Smith, who was the news director at the time. It was an amazing opportunity, and I came down for it. And I was only going to be here for 2 years, so 9 years later, I'm still here because this town is just that awesome. Yeah.
We've been friends for a while, and then our good friend, my best friend Joel Silver, that we'd started this little show, and started with Tony O'Donnell and everybody on Comcast On Demand,
Right.
which come a long way because I'm back on Comcast, so it's very
Full
good.
circle.
But we started Live in Tallahassee, so I've been off a couple months. I've been watching, but how you guys doing without me?
Well, it's difficult. Joel cries a lot. If you notice, this part of my shoulder's really wet from all the tears.
Nobody's noticing your shoulder right now. It's okay, you can laugh. No, because after she had kids,
Wow.
after she had Vincent, her son, she did have some work done. So Ann, why don't you show them what you had done?
My elbows.
She had her elbows done.
Yes, just my elbows.
So-
But anyways, a lot of people, since we're talking about Live in Tallahassee and your departure, a lot of people ask me, what happened? Where did Greg go? So let's go ahead and get that out there.
I went to the Greg Tish show.
Well, no, this is what really happened.
Okay.
Greg Tish and I never dated. And it was not for lack of trying.
Kurt.
Every time I
Kurt.
saw him, I tried. I tried to ask him out, get him to go out with me, but Greg's just a big prude, aren't you?
I'm a big prude. That's why my friends wrote the book, 365 Reasons Why I'm Still Single. And so,
I cannot tell you how many times I heard, candy and beer, you can't lure me. I tried constantly.
you tried really hard.
So basically, he left because I made him uncomfortable. All the constant badgering, let's date, let's hang out, let's do stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Couldn't
actually
take it.
pretty uncomfortable as we speak. So, thank you. So, the band just seems to really be intrigued with you. I don't know why. So you were on a couple weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Right here, we had the Celebrity Comic Challenge.
We did. It was.
And you were part of that. Was anybody here? But you were very, very funny. I mean, it's not that you weren't entertaining on Live in Tallahassee or not entertaining on Live in Tallahassee, but you were really, really funny. And that's where the elbows, she got her elbows done. That was another joke. What's a couple more of your jokes that you can tell on basic non-paying cable?
Well, we talked about my son being a kleptomaniac, which actually I exaggerated. And it's actually a really funny story that came from something that really happened. We went to Old Navy, did a bunch of errands, went to Old Navy, left, got home. He's got a football, and he's tossing it in the air. And I said, where did you get that? And he shows it to me. It says Old Navy. So being the good mother that I am, I take him back to the store, because we've got to pay for it. We didn't pay for this football. We go back in. We're going to pay for it. I tell the clerk what happened. He was like, oh, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and go. I got to teach my kid a lesson here. We can't steal. He's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. We go to pay for it. It's $15. I look at this guy. I said, your clothes don't cost this much. Really? So we end up paying for it. Vince and I get in the car, and he says, Mommy, are you mad? And I go to adjust the mirror so I can talk to him. He's wearing a hat. Fabulous, cool, one of those little, I don't know, they're very popular right now, trendy kind of straw. What are they called? I don't even know what they're called.
I'm not trendy or cool, so I don't
really
know.
right,
Yeah.
neither am I. But anyways, a great little hat, and I said, where did you get that? He goes to the store. You seem so upset about how much the football cost. I thought I'd take something else. So anyways, that's where the kleptomaniac bit came from. True story.
Yeah,
We got a football, which is now in the backyard, fodder for the squirrels, and he's got a cool hat.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, she is on TV every Tuesday night, 10:30, Fox 49. She is the wonderful, the beautiful. Wait, did y'all have, I thought you guys had a question for her?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you did? Okay. I'm sorry. They didn't have it. I just have a random question for you.
Okay.
What are you doing later? I think the band has a big crush on you, so we're going to have you exit off towards the band side. So, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful, the lovely, the talented Ann Howard.
Thank you.
The founders of America's three biggest pizza companies are named Tom, Frank, and John. But Marco's Pizza has a founder named Pasquale, who was actually born in Italy. Marco's, authentic Italian pizza.
When we need help, we know that we have a partner to get us through the tough times. The Capital Area Community Action Agency provides emergency services and assistance to struggling families. Big Bend families have benefited from business startup, on-the-job training programs, and so much more.
The agency made all the difference.
Providing long-term solutions for those in need. The Capital Area Community Action Agency, your partner, our community lifeline.
Tonight on The Spirit of Food, we're at an amazing event called Havana Nights, and it's right here in the Honda Jet Hangar at the old airport in Tallahassee, Florida. It's all about the flavor of Cuba. Now, the flavors of Cuba are rich and bold. When you think of Cuba, you think of music and dance and great food, but you also think of great cigars as well as the occasional drug lord or two. But tonight we're gonna be dancing and having fun, and I might even get caught doing the tango, and that works up a huge appetite. So stay tuned, you're on The Spirit of Food. With me, Eric Ura, who is actually from Havana, Cuba, and you're providing the food here tonight.
Yes, the organizers of the event approached me, called me. They told me the idea that they had in mind. They want to do a Havana night, so they were looking for authentic Cuban food. And right away, I was on board.
Right.
Yes, I think it was a good opportunity to show the community, you know, the food, the music, and whatever we can about Cuba.
Because you own a local restaurant. What's the name of your restaurant?
Yes, we have a local restaurant here in Tallahassee. It's called Havana's Boardwalk.
Havana Boardwalk.
Yes, and we do authentic Cuban food, and that's how the organizers find me.
Right, and that's what you have here tonight. You brought with you white rice and black beans, and when you put those together, you call it congri.
Yes, the congri is cooked in a different way. It's all cooked together, and sometimes we might add something like little pieces of chorizo, Spanish sausage, or pork, or something like that.
Love that.
But we wanted to do something typical Cuban, something that we eat when there's a big party like today, Christmas, even Thanksgiving. We might do a turkey and do white rice and black beans with it. Also, the black beans don't have any meat. If we have anybody that doesn't eat meat or anything, they can just eat white rice, black beans, sweet plantains, and that would be a wonderful food.
So you brought Cuban pork, just pulled pork, and also fried plantains.
Yes.
Now, when I walked over to the appetizer section, I thought, oh, they have cheese sticks here and little cheese balls. That's all this is. But then when we were talking about it, in the balls, it's actually...
it's ground beef on the balls. It's stuffed potato balls. It's a bowl made with mashed potatoes. And the middle has ground beef that is being, of course, seasoned and it's cooked.
Right.
And then it's crowned with breadcrumbs, but actually we use cracker meal instead of breadcrumbs. So we use Cuban crackers that are making like into breadcrumbs, bread it, and then fry.
And then when you go over to the cheese sticks, it's actually not cheese sticks at all.
No, it's made with hand. And it's funny you mentioned cheese sticks because sometimes when we want to describe it to somebody, it looks like a cheese stick, but it doesn't have cheese in it. It's ham that is being ground and it's being cooked, and it's breaded also, and it's called croqueta in Spanish, but it's also very popular in France, and it's they call it croquette.
Croquette, gotcha. So thank you for spending some time with us.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, as you can see, they have amazing food in Cuba. Some interesting facts about Cuban food is that they're a mixture of Spanish, Caribbean, as well as African food. So if you can say yum in 3 languages, this was the episode to do it on. This has been The Spirit of Food right here on The Greg Tish Show.
What is specialty coffee? Specialty coffee is what I'm about. It's me, striving to make that perfect cup, that perfect shot, that perfect roast, that perfect microphone, that perfect drink. Finding the unique flavors, unique tastes, unique aromas. Striving for balance, for quality, for consistency.
It's me, trying to share my passion, my dream, my experience, my knowledge, my appreciation for specialty coffee.
What is specialty coffee? It's me. It's blood, sweat, and tears. It's hard work. It's stressful. It takes lots of practice. A lot of time, a lot of patience. Research, a lot of roasts. Why?
Because great coffee doesn't just happen. Hey!
This is Aubrey with the Midtown Filling Station, and you're watching The Greg Tish Show on Fox 49.
And welcome to my segment here on The Greg Tish Show. Now, I have been in New York City pretty much the entire summer, and somehow they managed to go on without me. I was on, they told me every Sunday night, and I would send some footage back from me and the models. I took models and actors and trained them in New York City, and I would bring back footage of us like in Times Square or Grand Central Station, having a blast. And somehow these fabulous producers of The Greg Tish Show were able to make shows out of it for the Marcia Daw segment. Well, I fly home last week. I am so excited to see myself on the Greg Tish Show, right? So I turn on the TV and guess what? There's no Marcia Daw. I'm like, are you serious? I have been fired. They have already booted me on the Greg Tish Show. Seriously, I'm like, oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. But anyway, so it's all good. I was reassured. I'm not fired. I'm still on the Greg Tish Show, but even better because I'm live back in Tallahassee for the fall, and we're going to be doing some really, really great things. Okay, so my segment today was going to be following me around doing a casting. And then on Wednesday, I walk into Power Mill Sports where they train all these great athletes. This article came out about John Ford Griffin the day I walked into Power Mill, which was just a couple of days ago. And I saw this and I know John Ford and I was like, oh, that's so awesome. I walk into Power Mill, who's there? John Ford Griffin. I'm like, John Ford Griffin, we have to have you on my show. John Ford is here. John Ford. So how you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
This is
phenomenal day.
So exciting. This is
Yes.
so exciting. You're being inducted into the Athletic FSU Hall of Fame.
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
And you play ball for the New York Yankees. Tell us how that all unfolded.
I tell you, it just kind of manifested into this. But no, I just, going into the sports side of it, obviously, I worked hard. I mean, if it goes down to it, you work hard, you earn it. No matter what your lifestyle is, if you put a little passion into it, you dedicate yourself time-wise, you're going to earn something good will come about. That's what, basically, to sum it all up, happened in my baseball career. But, it kind of, unraveled into my life now, and which is training kids to get to that achievement as well. And little things like that, honestly, are as fun as it gets for me.
Well, that is awesome because you know what? We have so much in common, okay? I'm so passionate about the acting, profession and modeling. And, I did it years ago, and for 30 years, I've been training and inspiring young people, not only to make it as a professional, but it builds character and confidence within yourself. And I know that's what you do.
That's the best part about it is to bring something out of a kid is like, I mean, I can't even describe it unless you've done it before. And obviously, from what you're saying, you have it. A lot of work that goes into bringing that out sometimes, but when you do, the moment it does, the moment it clicks, it's like the world kind of halts, and you see somebody finally get to a point to where when they are taking on their life, when they go into school, whether they're going into a sport, whatever it may be, you're like, man, he has changed his attitude towards that, and it becomes so fulfilling for the young men or the young women that we're teaching over there.
I understand it totally. It's so awesome to see a kid just blossom. Now, you are quite the entrepreneur, just like Marcia Daw, and you came up with the idea of holla at your boy, holla at your girl, and we are going places with this.
It's starting to grow. I'm getting into some stores. People obviously are coming down to the Power Mill. I'm carrying it there, but more so on the aspect of what I'm trying to do with it. I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with what I did in baseball. I mean, I committed, again, a lot of time and energy towards, what I did in my career. The actual moment when I decided that I really wanted to play baseball at a young age, watching, the major leaguers, well, guess what they're doing? They're inspiring young kids to want to be a part of something. And you watch possibly that one kid who buys into it, he gets to that point. Next thing you know, he's the kid who's inspiring somebody. That's what Holla at Your Boy is.
And it just comes all the way full circle.
Absolutely.
So give me something juicy. Give me something that probably nobody knows. A moment where you just went, oh my, if the cameras were
all right, well
only
then
rolling.
I won't say a name. All right, that'll be unfair because he is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
But I will say we had an opportunity to meet President Bush. Well, of course, what comes along with George Bush is his Secret Service.
Of course.
One of the Secret Service was extremely beautiful. And there was a couple guys on the team that obviously caught the attention.
Right.
Well, sure enough, George Bush flies off, and when he flies out, when the president leaves, he has his own Secret Service on one. That Secret Service detail stays back, then they move on.
Right.
Well, sure enough, there was a little get-together that night, and one of my good friends ended up making sure that Secret Service had a very good night in New Hampshire during the 2004 season that we had. Now, I will tell you that is one of the juicier moments that I remember looking back and saying, that's actually pretty cool. It's not gross. It's not disgusting. I was like, that's some game right there.
Do you think Miss Secret Service remembers him?
I'm hoping that that's the case. Just looking at how that smitten little pair was was acting, but it was pretty funny.
You think they stayed in touch through the years?
I don't know. I would like to say
None of our
maybe.
business, right?
I don't know, but let's just say it was an interesting night.
Well, good luck to you, and we're going to stay in touch, and you're just so awesome, and we're so proud of you, John.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, John Ford, you're the man.
Thank you.
Peace out. See you next week. It takes a lot to make me laugh. It's like Jerry Lewis makes me laugh. The old Jerry Lewis movies and a few people, but yeah.
He's still old.
Jim Carrey. He is still alive, isn't he?
He is alive and he's still old, yeah.
He lives
in San Diego. He's a great guy. He doesn't do his marathons anymore, but he's still heavily involved in charity. And actually, I look up to that man.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
a
he's
really,
awesome.
really great man. Anyway, holla at your boy, John Ford. Great interview. Great
John
interview.
Ford is awesome. He was just he's so passionate about what he does, and he's got the clothing line out now. The holla at your boy, the holla at your girl. I think
Right, that's where I got this made from his clothing line from the guys that actually do it from Built Clothing. That they made this very funny shirt for everybody else but Marsha.
Love that shirt. Love that shirt. That should be a big hit, okay? But anyway, yeah, so he's doing the holla at your boy, the holla at your girl, holla at your baby. He's quite an entrepreneur, but he is just a super guy. And I just love him, and just hats off to him. He's got a big ceremony coming up, I guess, here in about a week or so.
Yeah, Hall of Fame, Florida State University Athletics.
Yep, athletics.
Fantastic. Anyway, great show. And we love you. Thanks for bringing back that classic clip that we never thought would get on the air with the old talk show that we did. We might do another one of those soon. My voice is going because I had so much fun yesterday at Florida State being down on the field. Lots and lots of fun. We will see you next Sunday night, 11 o'clock, same beer time, same beer channel. Go
Same
Noles.
wine channel.
Same wine channel, no.
Nah, not so much. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Prost.
Cheers.
They can't stop us now. Raise my head in the morning, lift up and see an empty space. Man, the dreams they all went the same, but tonight I'm gonna find a way.
And I highly recommend you chair it out. I said chair it out.
Chair it out.